there was a lot of talk about you, about what you should do and whatnot. I mean, truthfully, through it all, was there any thought about walking away or whatnot after the second time you put in protocol? And just if not, what kind of led you to have that confidence to not really consider that?
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, I think I considered it. For a time, having sat down with my family, having sat down with my wife, and having those kind of conversations, but really it would be hard for me to walk away from this game with how old I am, with my son. I always dreamed of growing, playing as long as I could to where my son knew exactly what, he was watching his dad do. And, yeah, I mean, it's my health, it's my body, and I feel like this is what's best for me and my family. So, I mean, I love the game of football. If I didn't, I would have quit a long time.
When I talked to some neurologists after the season, they said there's no medical evidence that concussion or multiple concussions increase the chances of concussions 8 months, 9 months, 10 months later. It might be immediate aftermath, but not that long. Did they tell you that, or what was the thing that neurologists told you that made you feel best about continuing to play?
Yeah, they told me exactly what you said. They also told me that CTE wasn't going to be a problem. It's only when you're constantly, hitting your head against something. So I think that tailors more towards, linebackers, O-linemen, D-linemen, guys that are, constantly, going at it. So it, that also played into the factor of, my decision-making and wanting to come back and play.
What is up, YouTube? It's Coffee, back with some NFL talk and Tua addressing the media there. He thought about leaving football behind, but he's going to push on. That was crazy last season. I still don't understand how it's like that first concussion is like covered up in a sense against my Buffalo Bills week 2. They said it was back spasms. Didn't the league end up saying the neurologist followed protocol but fired him? So a very tricky situation there, only for him to go out and get his bell rung again against the Bengals. Very scary. Many of us thought that was going to be it for Tua, but he came back. You guys remember there were some crazy reports a couple months ago about Tom Brady when he announced he retired again. There was seriously, you could go back and look this up. There were some reports saying if Tua can't go in Miami, Brady's going to be the guy. I'm like, well, what? Because there were those reports linking Brady to Miami way back before the tampering and all that. It's wild sometimes things that make it into the press. All they really need is a source to say it almost seems. But it's kind of wild that Tua specifically, when asked about the whole CTE thing, said that they told him, you don't have to worry about that, right? From my understanding, CTE is something still, they don't know much about it, and it can't be diagnosed really. It can only be discovered in one's brain, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but that's kind of my understanding. I mean, hey, I'm no medical expert. I do my research, you could say, and all that, but it's got to be discovered in one's brain after they're deceased. You can't go up in someone's brain while they're alive. So it just seems wild to me, that's what they told him. You don't have to worry about that. You know what I mean? Bottom line, taking concussions is not good, and happened to this guy multiple times last year. Again, really weird. That first one almost seemed covered up, but he's going to continue on. He wanted to do nothing but play football. He wants his son he wants to play so long. He wants his son to know that's my dad. He's just getting started. It seems like he, weighed his options and he's going to continue to play. Jump in the comments with your thoughts. Let me know if you thought that was going to be it for Tua, or, you saw him coming back. he definitely made a lot of progress last season, but those injuries set him back. It's pretty wild, you know. But we can all say he should have never been out there, back out on the field in that game against Buffalo. It was like ludicrous, you know. And speaking of Buffalo, my Buffalo Bills, whole lot being discussed right now. Josh Allen breaking up with his girl, as I reported on the other day, or his girl breaking up with him. It's like a meme going on right now where there's Josh Allen's dating this celebrity, he's dating that celebrity, etc. Stephon Diggs being discussed again. You know, no one wants to believe that Diggs and Allen are still cool after the way the season ended. But Von Miller tapped in on one of the best damn sports shows out there, speaking about Buffalo, you know, this season.
What do you think the Bills got to do next year to get over the hump? Obviously, this is a massive conversation because Stephon Diggs brought it up in a conversation. And Stephon Diggs is a big conversation around the Buffalo Bills right now. If you want to tap on that, you can. If not, no big deal. But to his point, feels like everything is always going. This year, you get hurt, and it's like Damar Hamlin situation happens before the season happens. It's like, what do you think the Buffalo Bills need to do to take the next step? And have you guys talked about that at all now that you're all back together?
Yeah, I think, everybody kind of, you kind of get away from the team and you sit and reflect and you have your thoughts. That was Diggs' opinion on the football team, which is, it's rightfully so. He has his opinion, and for other guys as well, you have your opinion on how the team win and what we can do to get over the hump. But for me, I don't think it's always about more. I don't think it's more hard work for us. We worked hard as hell. We did everything that you could possibly do. We're coming in early. We played our ass off during the games, and we only lost 3 games during the season. Football is tough. Football is just tough. I mean, it's not that easy to win a Super Bowl. That's why it's so special when you get there. But I don't think it's more for us. I just think our perspective. I think it's just our perspective on how we go about our work, especially when the bullets start flying and everything starts going late in the season. We've had a great team for a long time. We just gotta get back in the playoffs and just have another shot on goal. That's all it is. Messi will shoot 6-7 shots a game and only hit 1 or 2. Like it's not gonna happen for us each and every time. But I still feel 100% confident in our team, 100% confident in Josh Allen and the weapons that we got.
Did McAfee say, what do the Beatles need to do? Are the Bills the Beatles of the NFL? They just can't get that over the hump, more or less, as Diggs was on, what's that show, The Shop, talking about getting over the hump. Josh Allen's been doing some media saying he's back as focused as he could ever be. He wants to win that ring. Him and Diggs are that's his favorite guy in the league, etc. I mean, I'm still optimistic. I hate as a Bills fan, the journey that this team has went on from the Super Bowl era to the drought era to where we are now, being right on the cusp of getting a Super Bowl, and the negativity that ensues when we fall short. I mean, hey, it's not fun. No one wants to say we came in 2nd place, we came in 3rd place, we came in 4th place. It's not what you want. But you heard Von Miller. It's like, it's not a lack of hard work. These guys come in early, worked hard, etc. Like, sometimes you just need that little bit of extra to get a Super Bowl. My one friend, Lon, shout out to him if he happens to hear this, he always says, with great teams, it's almost like they need a little bit of luck, to get. And I refuse to just say luck plays a factor, but it comes to more than just being a good team and working hard. You got the injury bug and different things like that. And you heard McAfee mention Damar Hamlin, and I've said before, I almost feel like that just weighed the Bills down. That they were never really, not in an offensive way or anything, like he's a weight on the team, but it, like the storybook ending was supposed to be that they rose up and did the damn thing and got the ring for their teammate. But I don't know, I feel like it just emotionally messed them up and they were never the same. I don't know. But Damar's back. That's another great thing happening right now. Another great storyline with the Bills. He's returned You know, they also, not in that clip, but Von Miller did mention DeAndre Hopkins, indicating that he spoke with them and that he is interested in coming to Buffalo. As we know, he's on the trade block. There's so many different teams out there being named in the DeAndre Hopkins sweepstakes. I mean, Buffalo could get him, forget about it. You know, that would be amazing. But jump in and comment. Let me know where you think he will land. Let me know what you think about what Von Miller said. And what do you guys think about all this Stefon Diggs mess? Like I said, since the season's ended, there's just been report after report, blog after blog, making it seem like, you know, Diggs wants out of Buffalo. You know, there was some interesting things that happened where since him walking off and storming off after the loss, and you know, him and Josh seemingly having a bit of an argument on the sideline in that playoff loss to the Bengals, there was some interesting things that transpired on Twitter where some Bills Mafia, you know, tweeted about, man, Diggs wish that was him in another playoff game. Like, just get him the ball even in double coverage. Like, I'm going to say this because Diggs can't, and Diggs liked the tweet. You know, like, I don't know. It's just this ongoing thing that is trying to be pushed out there into the blogosphere, that Diggs is mad at Allen or wants out of Buffalo. And you see here they're still trying to push on with it, saying that because he wasn't at the first day of voluntary workouts, that's a major move against the Buffalo Bills. Like, I don't know. I just don't really buy it, you know? Like, I mean, it's like fans forget sometimes how emotional we get rooting for our teams, how emotional the guys that are out there working hard can get, you know? Like, at the end of the season, sometimes, like for me, that off-season hangover, I'm like, cool till next season. Like, Diggs, this is a guy that was out there putting in the work himself trying to get it, and you know, no one wants to lose. So let me know what you think about all this stuff. Thanks for watching. Just a video, you know, covering some stuff going on in the NFL right now with my Bills, with our divisional rivals, Dolphins, and, you know, that DeAndre Hopkins trade sweepstakes. You know, let's talk about it all in the comments. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and stay tuned for more. I'm out of here. Peace.